Hi everyone. I'll just wait for somebody to join. Hopefully I'm not on my own. I know you'll watch it back, but it's just nice to know you're talking to someone. So, I mean, it's so sunny out there today, but I have been freezing. I've been sat in my coat. I've just took it off, but I'm like, whoa, freezing. Hey! Hi, Sarah. I'm not on my own. That's good. I thought what we would do today is, I think I'm going to have a little bit of a play with some of the Janine's Mindful Art collection, because I touched on it and it's been selling well, but I didn't really do much. And so I feel like I want to make a pretty card. So there we go. We've got some joining now. I thought once we've got a few on, I will unclip you. We'll go and have a quick nosy at what I'm going to use, and then we'll come back and we will get creative. I'm feeling a bit productive this week. I'm right up to date with everything. I've planned next week's workshop card. I've planned today's live. I've got Saturday's half planned. So, hide it. Yeah, everything's all just flowing along nicely. So, brilliant. We got a few on. I'm just going to have a little scan down. Again, as always, if you've got any questions, NHS, shh, hi Kim. If you've got any questions, just ask, and Paul is on. He'll try and answer, providing he's not serving. So, let's unhook you. Would you be able to show the different sizes of the art journals by Marlene? Of course I can. Right, let's unclick. And I'm going to spin this round because you don't want to look at me now. Right, we'll cover Shani's question first. So, just got a nice picture of you there, Paul. I'm going to take them down and put them on the table. There's 1, 2. Sorry if the camera's jumping all over the place, but it's because I'm trying to do it one-handed. Okay, so we have 3 sizes. This one is called the handy size, and that is 125, so 12.5 centimetres by 18 centimetres. I'm just trying to think, maybe like 5 by 7 inches as a rough guide. Then you have got the perfect size, and this one is 17 centimetres by 24 centimetres. That's that one. And then we've got the artist size, which is the A4 one. It's 21 by 297. And that's your paper size. So the journal size is a bit bigger. So that it's all in there. But each one is got the most beautiful designs printed on, in and out. They are such, yeah, they're lovely journals. So hopefully that answered your question, Shani. I do need a camera on my head. That's a really good idea. Hi, Donna. Right, so let's go back. Now, you'll notice we're a bit spacey here, but at least I can tell you why. So, Funky Fossil, that is all coming back into stock. Fingers crossed tomorrow. Hopefully, if Mr. Postman is feeling energetic, and we get it in time. So hopefully all of the Funky Fossils. So everybody that has clicked back in stock request, as soon as the stock comes in, we will get it loaded onto the website, and then we'll put up, you'll all get a notification. Everybody that put back in stock requests will get a notification that it is now in stock, and then you can pop on and click it and pop it in your basket. What else have we got? So that covers, we've got more stencils coming in. We've got the ladies' faces and the butterflies, and more of these, and the paper pads. The paper pads were amazing as well. So that's what all of this space is for. We've still got new release here from John Next Door, the floral, can't even see what it's called. Twisted Vines. Got those nice leaves there. I love the shape of these. They're very, no, I'm going to get the proper name. Zora. Yeah, Zora flowers. something a little bit different, which is nice. Now we have also started to have new stock in here, which Paul is listing. I think it's already, is it on? No? It is going to be listing that today. It's only just come through the door. Because customs have very kindly been looking after our parcel for the last week and a half. But that's another story. So today I am going to be looking at these two die sets because they are real good fun to use and really useful. And once you see what I do with this one, sorry, can you get by? Where do you put? Right, okay, Paul's just pointed a question out to me. Joan, red liner tape. I use red liner tape to stick my stamp sheets into my folders when I make my storage. So I hope that answers that one for you. If you use glue, it could pop off because obviously you're flipping it backwards and forwards. Red liner tape or your blue. Do we still have that? The power tape. We've got a few bits of power tape left, but red liner tape, they're both a muchness, so both will do the job. We've done the art journaling. Oh, that was it. I was telling you what we was going to do. So we're going to have a look at this beautiful frame. We have got the florals. Now, I love this set because you've got lefts and rights in everything. And I thought we'd have a little look at the paper pad. So I'm going to go back. You see the stamps of we were down to the last 2, 2, 2, 3. So only 3 of those left, 2s. These are sold very, very well. The stencils are going well as well, but I might actually use one of those. So, oh, and the spine. Yeah. So I'm going to come along here slowly, just so that I don't make you dizzy. Right, let's click us back in. Now, because I'm going to use those 2 die sets, let's get this clipped in and hopefully I don't catch the wrong button. Do you feel seasick? Right, let's get this up in the right place. Now, I mean, it doesn't really feel in the right place, but we'll get there. I'm just going to bring this in because if you haven't got a small die cutting machine for your counter, I would highly recommend this machine. Right, Paul, can you hear me? Something is buzzing up. Oh, that's fine. It's okay. You can turn it back down now. When I clipped it in, it had caught one of the buttons. Oh, that's rude. Yes, a little machine. Anything in these die sets are going to fit through there perfectly. So because you're kind of making ephemera and little bits and you've got lots of little things to do, it's kind of easier to do it on a little machine. So I just thought I'd bring that in and show you. We have these on offer at $49.99. And if you tune in on a Saturday afternoon at 4 o'clock, that machine would come in very handy as well for what I'm going to be doing on Saturday. So I need to get this in a position where it's going to work. Let's go down a bit. Oh, now I've got to come this way. This just doesn't feel right today. Just bear with me a minute. Okay. So when I came in this morning, I went ahead and did some die cutting just so that I didn't have to stop what I was doing and go behind me and die cut. But I had a good look through the paper pad. This is the 8x8 Sending You Love paper pad from Studio Light. And I was like, wow, there's some really beautiful papers in here. I want to do some die cutting from these. So I went through and I picked out a couple of sheets. I'm just giving that a little flick so that you can see all of the designs. And in fact, that one I was messing. I did a little bit of stenciling on top of there and also a little bit of stamping. Do you know when you're getting the Beauty and Bloom Funky Fossil in? Yes, hopefully tomorrow, Yvonne. And then if you've clicked the back in stock request, you'll be notified as soon as it is loaded onto the website. Right, so I picked out a couple, and they've got holes in because I've gone ahead and die cut pieces. So let's just go down to that piece. Now, where is that sheet here? So first of all, I took the frame and stems die, and I wanted to choose an image. So this page, this had got this beautiful lady in the corner. So I've die cut her out, and I've done the frame from a pink, but just by popping those on, I thought, oh, that's nice. It would look nice on a plain white with some maybe ink in the background, or maybe on top of the wooden design. And then I went ahead and cut quite a few different ones of the foliage, which are from this set, and it's called Florals. So you're getting your lefts and your rights. Let's just get a few out to show you. So you've got that lovely kind of ivy. So they're both the same. There's some one way left and some right. So there's lots and lots of these. I've done them in different colours just so that I could mess around. And then, what else have we got? There's these gorgeous little flowers, and I thought, oh, they would go nice. And actually, if you look in the design, you can see that floral design in there as well. But even though it's the pattern papers, don't be scared to stamp onto it and use your stencils on there, because it will really extend your design out. So that is those two sets. And then from this set here, you've got these little elements which you could just use as little stamps for your background, or you can match them up with the dies provided to cut yourselves little bits of ephemera. And then you've got that lovely heart frame with a matten layer in the middle, which is like an artist trading coin. So you can decorate it up and have the details stamped on the back, or just use it as, let's get one of these out, maybe cut it from your pattern papers and have a beautiful topper and add that into your design. I'm not actually going to stick this down. I'm just kind of showing you all of the bits that I die cut out. And then look, there's one of the little stamps, the ephemera using the dies. And then we have got like a little heart. And these ones are all from those two little sets. So that you've got the ATC, heart ATC, and the plaid ATC. But there's some really nice stamps in there. And this big one, let me bring this in for you. So that's what that one looks like, stamped and die cut out. And that could just be like a little topper on your card. You could just use the background. Maybe you want to chop it and elongate it and have an image in the middle, like tucking behind, maybe a little element coming out, almost like a ribbon. But the reason I said chopping it, because if I just roughly, I could pop a little bit in this side and a little bit in this side, and it just brings that bit of colour into the design, so that maybe if I'm going to use some of these fronds in this colour, it will all tie in, you see, and you can start layering up all of your elements. These are those beautiful little foliage stamps and dies. So that's what I started with. So you can see I've got quite a pile going on. So I am actually going to concentrate on these stamps here. And maybe, yeah, no, they're pretty much from this one. So I'm going to move this to the side, chuck all of that over, and I'm going to bring in, I'm going to be tidy ish. Right, I've just cut a couple of squares of card. So this is 13.5 centimetres square, and then I've got a 14 centimetre square as a matten layer. And I'm going to start off and I'm just going to grab. Now today I'm going to use some Distress Oxides. I've got walnut stain. And I'm just going to ink the edge because this is going to be the matte layer, but I want it to match what I'm going to stamp up. So just give that a quick blend all the way around. And then, there we go. When that layer's on the top, it's going to work. And I'll keep this first layer maybe a little bit crisper. So that'll start us off. And I'm just going to grab a bit of tissue. Okay. Now, two things. I've just got a couple of small blocks. And so from the ATC coin set first, I'm going to take this little frondy branch and this little frondy branch. And then I will probably use this little scripty piece, maybe some of those flowers. And I'll leave it at that for the minute. Okay. So these just scream wreath to me. I mean, I look at them, I think, oh, that's going to be beautiful. I could put it in my platform and be really uniform and layer it round. But I quite like to just go freehand. So when I stick this down, I'm just going to see if I can just curl it slightly. It might stay curled, it might not. But it's fine, it's not the end of the world. And I am just going to, by eye, let me see if you've got a good view. You have to take the dog to the vet, we'll catch up later. Okay, Dawn, hope dog's okay. Right, so I'm just going to go in, stamp one down, and then just keep adding to it. Now, instead of just continuing round, in order to be able to get like a wreath shape, I need to repeat that on all four sides first, just so that I know that I can create that wreath. Like so. So I can clearly see now that I can make that in a circle. So I would go ahead and join that up first.
Thank you.
And then I would thicken it out afterwards. Okay, so I've got a rough guesstimate of where I'm going with it. Right, so then I'm going to choose a peeled paint. I've been convinced. Brilliant. Okay, I'm glancing up. I can hardly see the camera, but I'll keep going. Now, I could put more of that in and extend it, but actually on my other idea, I'm going to do it differently. So I'll keep this as quite a neat ring. And I'm just going to follow this around now, just extending it a little bit and adding in some green. And getting off sort of like first, second, third generations. And as you sit back and look at it, if you see any areas that you want to change, you can just add extra bits in. It's super easy to do, and they look really effective. Don't get me wrong though, if you are scared to do this, then there is so many different tools out there that can help you achieve what I'm doing here. I know there's a stamper ring, there's all sorts, Sizzix do one, everybody, they're just everywhere. Okay, so I've got a few bits on there, but I'm going to decide which way round. I'm thinking there. Now, I can see that I've got a little bit sticking out on this side. It's not the end of the world, but, you know, if I wanted to change it, what I'm going to do is just bring in a piece of card that I've been playing on. Look, I'm going to stamp off, but then just... So I'm just getting softer bits there. I don't want it to be the first gen. It's more... just extra bits. And you could do, you know, you can spend quite a lot of time just going round and getting everything exactly as you want. But I'm going for quite a simple wreath on this one. Let's just change that one out and just pop in. Let's get, this one is worn lipstick. And this is the little flower that's on the coin set. And you can just stamp in, again, just totally random, wherever you want. I'm not thinking about where I'm stamping them, just stamping them down. Until you've got some down and you think, oh God, make sure I've got no bits. So I think I'm going to put a second gen down there. That's fine. Happy with that. So there's my wreath to start with. And now I can start and think about this background, because clean and simple cards are lovely. I struggle a little bit with clean and simple cards, I must admit. But it's just because I love ink and I just want it everywhere. So I'm going to start and add a few little stamps in the background. And bearing in mind, everything that I've used so far is from the ATC coin stamp set. You've got stamps and dies there. And they're like $9.99, which is, I think, brilliant. So, this is like the little bit of script. We're going to pop a little bit in here, a little bit in there. Gosh, I really want to stamp that off. Get a little bit. And again, just making sure that I'm not being symmetrical. I've got a few different bits here and there. So some are lighter, some are darker. And I'm quite happy with that. Step away. And then I'm going to go back to one of my old faithfuls. These are from Nature's Dream 2. You've got the ABC background. You have got the grid background. This has got acrylic paint all over it and everything. But it's just one of them ones that's always on the craft desk. And it just goes with everything. So we're going to have a little bit of grid. And it is going to be such a little touch. It's just touching down where, just so gently, just getting a little bit here and there. That's got a blob of ink on it. Get that off. Excuse for the sound, but Paul is packing somebody's parcel, I believe. So if one of you have just put an order through, know that Paul is packing it now. Right, let's add in a little bit of the ABC, but this time I'm going to go a little bit of worn lipstick and just add, again, I'm hover that over and just put a little bit here and there. That's it. That's enough. Step away. Of course, we've got the stencils that we could bring in the mix, but I think I'm happy there. And I'm just going to, let's put that against the brown. You see, all of them colours go really quite nicely. I'm just going to see how we're doing, because I know that Paul's not watching at the minute because he's packing, but just going to check if there's any questions. Right. I'm going to put that to one side and I'm going to bring another piece in, because using the same technique, you can create something similar but different. But this time I'm going to grab my stencil first and I'm going to pop this down. I'm not going to re-ink my brush. I'm just going to see what's on there because I want it subtle in the background. So I'm going to pull one side back. Do you know what? That is ample, more than ample for what I want it. And I'm going to go back to my little frondy. And I'm going to go into the brown. And I'm just going to, this time, I'm just going to keep coming down. Bending it round a little bit. And then I can extend it out in a minute, but so long as I've got the shape that I want. So just curling that around, and then I'm going to turn this paper round. That's it. So I've got kind of a swoosh. I could do it as like a half circle if I wanted to, but I'm happy with that swoosh to start with. And then I'm going to go in for the green and do the same sort of thing where I'm adding in bits of green to extend that design out. Cool. He uses lots of tape. I'm ever so sorry. So pop that down. You haven't got to be precise when you're doing this type of technique, and I think it's so effective. Right, so let's bring in, I'm going to use all of the same elements as I used before, but kind of in a different order. So I'm going to have a little bit of pink script there. Have you finished taping? Yes, we can hear you. Lots and lots.
Well, Shani's parcel needs to be...
There you go, Shani. Your parcel is packed. Thank you very much, Lee. That's what you call service. Okay, so I've got a base down. I'm going to follow the same sort of things. So let's just pop a little bit of griddage. I'm going to keep that quite... Yeah, let's go on. I've got enough ink on here from what I did before, so that's it. Now, I just want to do a few different things here just to show you different options. All of a sudden, if I popped the heart disc on there, and then maybe not that picture because my colours aren't going to go. Say I put in a white piece, but I don't want it to be as stark white as that, so I'm going to put my stencil over and pop a little bit of stenciling on it, just so that it matches. And then I've got some little die cut pieces. These are, again, from the coin set, but these are what you can stamp the elements onto. And then I've got some flowers, which are from the floral set, which I think is $15.99. And that gives you all of the branches and everything. I'm just scanning down to the bottom again. I don't know why it keeps telling me that people are watching, like repeating it. So maybe the connection's a bit funny. Let's just pop these out. So they're kind of like scribbled flowers, but they look really cool if... I could have popped these bits out, couldn't I? Oh, I've done some there. So there's 3 sizes, like so. If I grab... Where's my little pink brush gone? I think that's it. Just grab my brush and pink them up, because it's the same colour that I've been using on the whole card. So this will go with both of my card fronts. I'll just do I'll do a few more, just in case I decide to put it on both of the cards. Now, I did mean to cut myself some of the foliage in white so I could ink it, but actually what I might do is just pick out some of this craft, because I feel like it's going to go really quite nicely with what we've done. I'm not going to go overboard with it because I don't want to take your eye off of the detail that we've put in there, but that's going to go. And then I've got some of these flowers. Let's get the 3 different sizes up there, like so. Now let's look at these. So there's lots of different options when you're doing your stamping and die cutting. I normally use the waste to line the die up in the stamp up in the waste and pop this in and stamp it. But for these, I feel like I can just stamp on it and get a nice little bit of foliage. Let's pop that one on there. I'm going to do this one brown. I did do more than one. It's hard when I can't get my head over, so if it's a little bit off, forgive me. It's actually, I'm going to show it you because it's perfect. And so I can use that element as well. Let's see if I did any more. I did. Let's do a couple more of those, just because I think they're going to work great. I won't show you that one because it's a little bit wonky. But this one, there we go. Okay, and then this little disc, you might be thinking, well, I don't know what that's for. So there's a flower there. If we stamp that one in the middle of there, that could actually pop in the middle of our bigger flower. And that gives it a nice centre. So if I just go down a little bit closer for you, yeah, you can see that just inside there, looking rather nice. Right, okay, let's commit to something. Now, before I put any of that down, I'm feeling, I just want some flicks. I've just thought of it and I'm like, yes. So I'm gonna go brown. And I'm just gonna use my bit of water. That should do. Pop a few flicks down. Okay. Clean that up. Right, so that needs to dry. So what I'll do is I'll move it to the side and we will work on the card base. So, scoreboard. Oh, bye. See you later. Yep, the parcels are going to the post office now. Okay, so this is a 15 by 30 card base, which we have on the website also. And I've just scored that as a half fold. So then these, whichever one I use, our wreaths will go on there. You see, I mean, at this stage, which one is your favourite? I really quite like the swirl, the corner flourish. But with this, there's so you could just do a strip across your card, a panel down it. Which is your favourite? Let's just commit to the background. You know me with decisions. Don't lose me pin. Okay. I think my phone's playing up because I'm not seeing anything all of a sudden. I hope you can still hear me. Oh, both are beautiful. Perfect. So whatever I feel at the time when I stick it on. So there's our background. Let's just roll over that with my kitchen towel, just so I don't smudge any of those dots. And then let's just have a little look, because I do like both of them. I feel like this sits better on here and I want to use it as part of the card. Now, I'm not going to ink around there. I was going to do it in pink, but I think I like the crisp white against that brown. Now, of course, everything can mix and match with anything else that you've got at home in your stash. So you might have some little floral stamps that you want to add to it, or in fact, let's put some of these in. We can put one up there, one there. We're not going to see much because my disc is going to go. I'm going to put one on there. That's fine. Let's just see where that's going to go. I'm going to place that one in there. Now, I do need some of my foam pads. Don't forget, we've also got the foam pads on the website, and these are 1,000 on a roll. but they come in a pizza box, so they're always going to be stored correctly and they're not going to get battered and come flying off your roll. So yeah. Right, so this has got a little bit of print on it, so I am going to go the right way up. I'm just going to pop that down there. Let's have a little look at me craft. That's not the one. Why are you laughing? Did you wonder what I was going to say then?
Yeah, I did.
Here we go. This is a nice little one. Make sure I've got my bits out. There should be 2 of those. There's the other one. Yeah, so they're symmetrical. You've got your left and right, so I can have one coming at the top there and one coming from the bottom. So I'll grab a little bit of glue. Of course the foam pad's in the way. So just snip that off. I'll snip a bit of that one off as well. Tie that in. Let's pop this in the middle as well. And I love the scallop. It just kind of cups around the base of those hearts. I feel like that's the wrong way. I feel like I need it that way. There we go. That's cool. Right, now we've also got, yep, I like that. Pop this one in. And a greenie. I didn't mean it. Yeah, I meant a green one. In fact, I'm going to put the green one on top of here. And where was that little? Here she is. Now, I normally would lay this out, but I just feel that that needs to go there like that. Let's just pop that one on there. So I'm going to have my 3 floral elements on there. And then that was underneath on that side. I might put that on there, will I? Let's stick this on the middle of here first. Okay. I love the randomness of the shapes. And I could raise that up on pads as well if I want. In fact, I might. I'm going to stick that to the side slightly. Snip this down. That almost looks like a butterfly, that way. Stick that one over there. Tuck that one in there. Okay. Now, do I need anything else in there? I feel like I might need a little bit of craft, but I am going to break it down because it, here, I can just poke that in. Oopsie. Bit there, and I'll do that again. I might do it again. Ah, there we go. Just bin that in behind there. There we go. Okay, that's coming together nice. You've got your little bits of ephemera, but I actually feel when I stamp that down, I did it with my ground espresso and it was really dry and I wasn't happy. So I've gone on to walnut stain. So I'm going to attempt to stamp over the top of it in this colour. So I might have to bring it out of your view just so I can get my head over it a bit. Oh, I'll just do it. Yep, that's fine. So we've got our nice little stamp I'm going to give it a little bit of a bend. And you can start and tuck. Do I even want it on there? I mean, it might be better on a different project, but it just shows you how everything works together. What was the other thing I had? It was a heart, wasn't it? Maybe the heart. But again, the same thing. I stamped it out with the ground espresso. I don't know if I'm going to get this one lined up. All right. And this one's got a slight back shadow, but beautiful fronds. That might be better. I feel like the heart is better because it goes with the hearts on there. Now, of course, when you die cut all of this, I'm just going to put a few of the hearts that popped out because I did keep them from the paper onto the design as well.
Motion detected at your front door.
Now, me being me, I put them straight, but, you know, they look good wonky too. Come here. Now, what other news have I got to tell you while I'm finishing up this card?
Soon Easter. Christmas is fast approaching.
Stop it. Christmas. Spring. I want that one lower than that one. Okay. So if I bring that up just to show you how that's building up. It's a really pretty card. And at this stage, it can be anything you want. Any sentiment that you want to add to that will work. Now, obviously, there's no sentiments in that set. But, of course, my die-cut sentiments would look beautiful on there. I haven't got them with me at the minute, so I am going to leave it blank. But what I wanted to do on this one is just come inside and just do something in the corner, just so that it all matches. You know, like when you open up the card, you've got a beautiful little... And I'm just going to do that way and this way. Just extend that down. Maybe a bit of green. And then I should have one of those beautiful flowers to go on there. But before I do that, I'm going to see if there's any griddage left on there. Yep. Any ABC. Bit of pink in there too, so that matches. And then also, do you know what I'm looking for? That's what I'm looking for. So you can pop a little. I'm quite impressed that I haven't got any bits on it today. Maybe just a little. Now this one I'm going to stamp off and do the second generation. Just because I don't want it too bright. There we go. So there is our inside. We can write a nice little verse in there. And there is our outside. But it... honestly, it's such a pretty collection, and just by using a couple of the elements, like this little bit, you can add a few. I could do that sort of thing on there. Now, this is like a little ATC card, but it's a topper as well. And don't forget about extending out your design just by chopping a bit and having a panel. That would have looked nice on there too. But I just think this, yeah, it's a beautiful design, and I've really enjoyed making that. Where is that wreath one? So we could have had either. Or either. Wait, what is it? Is it either or either? Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like that. Very pretty. Thank you for joining. If you've got to go, that's absolutely fine. I am going to flip you around and tell you. Let me get that tightened up. Oh, and I'm going to move back because we don't want to close up, do we? Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed the live today. I will be back on Saturday at 4 o'clock from the craft room this time. Thank you, Tracy. And this will, as always, it will be uploaded to YouTube, and I also download it and put it onto Dragon's Papercraft as well, just so that it's saved and it doesn't go anywhere, because that's the headache, isn't it? But that's another story. We won't go into that. In fact, I am going to go into it. If you have booked one of my workshops in the past and you're worried about losing the workshop, when you click on the live, there's 3 little dots in the corner. If you press them dots and press save video, it will save the video onto your Facebook profile. So you can then just click that and you'll find the videos. I was just going to say that. Whether or not it will get deleted out there, I don't know the answer, because I'm not tech savvy. But I'm going with that for the moment. Some of my more important ones I am downloading and adding onto YouTube. If you haven't already subscribed, please go and subscribe to my channel. If you have, thank you so much, because we've had quite a few over the last couple of days, which is brilliant. So thank you for your continued support, and I will see you all on Saturday. Take care. Bye-bye.